Greetings and welcome back to Room 303 and our chats with Emily as we are calling our readings through the poetry of Emily Dickinson. We are in the Johnson edition. We turn out to poem 776. Now, there's already going to be debate because the first word of 776 is the word purple with a dash after it. But then notice there is a stanza break. And then the color of a queen is this, which already leads us to a bit of a debate. Is the first line of this poem the word purple? Or has Emily actually titled one of her poems? The scholar Priest has pointed out that she will do a similar kind of game in 36, poem 36, and 161. Our assumptions are that you've been following our stuff at LearnStrong.net, down that left-hand side, Chats with Emily, our playlist. I'm hopeful that you've worked through our set of introductory comments as well as the preceding 775 poems. We just finished with 775, if blame be my side. Now, it is interesting that in the Johnson edition, 36 does have what appears to be a title, 161 not so clearly identifiable, and yet here now in this poem, is this titled purple, or is it rather, that's Emily's first word of the poem, her love of purple, we've already commented on a number of times, used in 55 of her poems. And you'll notice the cyclical nature of this celebration of the color purple from morning to noon to evening. And if you hold on to that one, knowing Emily's love of nature, this is a relatively accessible poem for us. The color of a queen is this, the color of a sun at setting, this an amber beryl, and this at noon. And when at night Aurorian wits fling suddenly on men, 'tis this, and witchcraft, nature keeps a rank for iodine. Now, it is interesting that we go from queens to witchcraft in this poem. And it is true that we must be aware that often what seems as unbelievably simple for an Emily poem often turns out to be something other. I think that the first word of the poem, purple, whether it's a title or not, with the dash to follow, is going to be the indicator of something very subtle going on. How does the color purple get created on the color wheel, on the spectrum? You always have to add several colors together to find this color purple. And the fact that she mentions it in 55 of her poems suggests this is maybe her most important color. Notice we'll begin with purple as being the color of a queen. Now, this is significant because Emily herself will reference herself a number of times as queen. That is to say, royalty, can we say that? And then notice she'll say the color of a queen is this, that is to say, the purple. And then she'll go morning, noon, evening. The color of a sun at setting, right? This, and amber, beryl, the color of white. You'll remember beryl from 161. And this at noon, right? And then, of course, tonight. Aurorian wits. By the way, Aurorian only gets used once in her poetry, and it's here. In 8 poems, however, she will use aurora, as she's talking about the aurora borealis, right? Fling suddenly on men. The colors, especially of the purples, being thrown at us during those majestic firework displays of the sky. She comes back to is this with 'tis this dash and witchcraft. Now you'll remember witchcraft from our study of 155, and we had a number of poems we referenced in that lecture. You'll remember 593, 1046, 1158, 1583, 1708. Very important usages of that word witchcraft. Then the dash. Then notice nature, but not capitalized, keeps a rank as an ordering for iodine. Now, I think it's interesting that maybe the key word of the poem is rank. I think she starts with the queen and ends with witchcraft. What is it that she's saying here at 2:8? Well, I think she's arguing that purple is the artist's favorite color because purple is the marker, the ranking marker. In other words, I think Emily is suggesting that her poetry is purple. In other words, the best, as in the top. It is as well a bringing together of other kinds of colors. Of course, beryl and iodine here in this poem. At 2b, well, notice the trinity here of the day, the morning, the noon, the evening. And then obviously the question of whether purple is the title or the first word of the poem. At 3a, well, all of the other 55 poems that celebrate purple, I'll let you guys run those to ground. They're a lot of fun. Finally, at 3b, what is your view of purple? What is your view of ranking? And to what degree do you consider Emily the queen? I hope so. Thank you.